Yesterday we have seen the seventh chapter of geography, that is human settlement. Today we are going to see the eighth chapter, that is economy and occupation. In last chapter, we have seen that human settlement. In human settlement, what we have seen the pattern of human settlement. One thing is there that whether resources are available and the climate is favorable and resources are available, the population is concentrated in that area. Also, we have seen regarding the employment opportunities. Today, we can see that Mumbai is fully crowded. Why? Because there are vast employment opportunities in Mumbai. That is why Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, these are crowded cities because there is a vast employment opportunities. So, in this chapter, we are going to see the economy and occupation, economy of our country and Brazil country. Hmm. Recently, what we have seen that recently the economy of our country as well as many countries have crashed. Why? That is because of the coronavirus, that is COVID-19. Many businesses, many sectors have been affected badly because of the lockdown. Everything was shut and there was no economy. There is a no proper, you can say that, how you can manage the economy. It is very difficult to explain economy and how you will run it. So economy is based on, means economy is a very critical topic. Economy is based on various other factors, number of factors on which economy is depend. So it is like a wheel, it is like a cycle. If you keep on riding, if you keep on pedaling, the economy will the cycle will go on. The once you stop in between, the economy will collapse. What have happened now in this particular period, that is from March, there was a lockdown in our country. So the income and outcome of the currency, of the money, have completely stopped. The flow, actually the flow of money have actually stopped. So these had a drastic impact on the small scale businesses and finally the economy. So now we are going to see this in detail. Economy, hmm, is the system according to which the money, industry and the trade of the economy or the region is organized. Last 2 days before we had budget of India. Budget of India is very important. We have it on February. So that also impacts our economy. Means in complete country, how much money it will be allotted to which sector? Health sector, business sector, agriculture sector, education sector, transportation sector. There are number of sectors. So economy is what is based on all these factors. Occupation is a job of a profession. Now the name of the chapter is what? Economy. So economy is nothing but the flow of money. Industry, trade, means money flows through industry, trade, various businesses like that. And the next word is occupation in the chapter. What is occupation? Occupation is nothing but the profession. आप अपना पैसा कमाने के लिए क्या करते हो? That is your occupation. Occupation is like being a doctor, being an engineer, being a teacher, being a businessman, being a farmer, being a actor. There are a number of occupations. An economy of a country depends on the economic activities carried out in the country. You have to learn that there are three types of economic activities in an economy. What economic activities are carried out in that particular country? So the economy of that particular country depends on that. Means what kind of businesses, what kind of trade, what kind of people are engaged in which kind of occupation, is based on that. Now if you consider Arab countries, the main occupation or the main income is based on the mineral oil, that is a refined oil. Hmm. So it is based on the crude oil. So economy of that particular country is based on what? The crude oil, mineral oil. That. The economy of our country has agriculture has a major impact on the economy of our country. Why? Because many peoples are involved in agriculture. Like that, it depends from country to country. So now we see activities. Economic activities are also number of activities are there. There are number of economic activities, and it is divided into three types. Economy is divided into three types. Now we see these three activities in detail. First is a primary activity, next is secondary activity, and third is the tertiary activity. So people, when they have occupation, different types of occupation, they contribute to the economy of the country. And these economic activities are divided into three types. See, fishing, hunting, agriculture, mining. This is the primary activity. What is meant by primary activity? Means directly you, when a person collect the raw material from the nature and earns money, means fishing. Fishing is what directly you have to go in the sea and the river, collect the fish and sell in the market. There is no processing, there is no middle step, nothing. Directly take the raw material and go to the market. Then hunting. Hunting, going in the forest, hunting for animals, hunting for birds, hunting collection of honey. These also come in that primary sector. Then agriculture, farming. Hmm, You have to produce and you have to sell vegetable, fruits, hmm, different types of cereals, grains, farming. That is agriculture. This is again primary activities. Means directly raw material, selling of raw material. There is no processing, only selling. Collecting, producing raw material, collecting raw material from the farm and directly selling. Then is a mining. Mining is a very big sector. If you visited any mine, then you can find that. Mining is what nothing but there are mountains, especially mountains or areas, flat area, from which that soil is collected. Soil is collected, and then from soil, various minerals are derived. Means if there is a land or if there is a mountain, why with the help of cranes, JCBs, blasting, that soil is gradually removed from that particular area. Hmm? Soil is completely removed from particular area, and then it is processed. Processed means from that particular soil, from different areas you get different minerals. Means if you go to the Jharkhand, there you can see the coal mining. In case of Western Ghat, there is iron mining, copper mining, platinum mining, gold mining is also there. In Africa, gold mining is famous. Means different minerals are present in different areas. So according to that area, according to the topography of that area, the minerals are available. Now gold is not available everywhere. In some places only gold is available. In some places iron is available. So mining is like that. And while mining, uh, it is not that only one a person can get one mineral. Hmm. After processing that particular soil, two minerals, three minerals, four minerals, six minerals, this can be also obtained. Hmm. Okay, so mining, fishing, hunting, agriculture, mining means in which raw material is directly involved. Mining is also what soil is collected, sand is collected, silica mining is also there, rock is collected, rocks are also collected, marble mining is also there. Means directly you have to go in the nature, whatever it is available, collect it and sell it. That is a primary activity. Many people are involved, many people have this occupation as a primary activity. Next is what? Secondary activity. Secondary activity is what? Secondary activity means manufacturing or processing. Means whatever raw materials are there, if you sell it directly, if you sell it directly, it is a primary activity. But if you process these raw materials, if you process these raw materials, then it is a manufacturing. Hmm. Now textile देखो, in agriculture cotton is involved. Hmm. Cotton, if you go in western Maharashtra like Dhule district, hmm, cotton agriculture, cotton farming is there. Means there is a cultivation of cotton. So directly if you sell the cotton, it is called as a primary act. But if you process it, make cloth from that, textile is what, textile industry related to the clothing. Make some shirts or some bed sheets. It is a textile industry. Or make threads by that is a textile industry. Then it comes in the secondary activities. Means whatever raw material is collected, if it is processed in a particular industry, then it is called as a textile industry. Next is the construction industry. It is secondary activity. Now in Mumbai, you can say lots of new constructions are going on. Construction of metro hmm, is now gaining momentum in Mumbai to manage the road service. So construction of metros, construction of bridges, construction of road, construction of buildings. Construction of buildings is a continuous process in Mumbai. Hmm. The old ones are demolished and new are built. So this is a secondary business. Now metal industry. See, metal industry is directly related to the mining. If only you go for the collection of soil from the particular area, it is called as a mining. But what these miners do? They collect that soil with the help of JCB crane. They put it in a dumper or big trucks, and these dumpers or this truck, they go to a industry. They go to the industry and empty their material in that their industries. After that industries, they process that soil. Hmm. There is a processing of that soil, and from that soil, the ore from that ore or soil, we can say the metal is extracted. Iron is extracted, gold is extracted, copper is extracted. All these things are extracted, and after this extraction process, this processing process, again making it into the sheets, making it into the like we can say wires and all, this is called as manufacturing. It is called as a metal industry. So the raw material is what? See, this processing secondary activities are depending on the raw material. None of this industry, इसमें से कोई भी industry है वो raw material की वजह से ही चलते हैं. If raw material is not available, these industries cannot run. Now textile industry, they completely require what? Cotton for them. Now construction industry also whatever they required from the raw material only. Now they require cement. Cement is coming from that rock and all, that is again mining. Wood is required, iron is required, everything is required that comes from the stones are required. Stones also come from the mining only. Crushers are there. Metal industry requires soil that comes from mining. So all these secondary activities are nothing but dependent on primary activities for their processing, and they get material from there only. Now next is the tertiary activity. Tertiary activity involves sector like banking, communication. IT is a new sector here. Hmm? IT is a new sector, you can say. Now IT sector is getting momentum. Banking industry. Banking industry is a fast growing industry. Initially, there used to be government banks. Now there are multiple private banks. Private banks provide you different services, more services than the government bank. So function of these banks are varied. They keep your money, they grant loan. So banking, banking sector. Communication sector. Communication sector is like BSNL phone, Vodafone, Airtel, Jio. These are the communication sector. Big sectors which employ many people. Education sector. Education sector means being a teacher, professor, hmm, scientist, senior scientist. These are all tertiary activities. hmm, and health means being a doctor, nurse, brother, surgeon, hmm, specialist. All these are what? Nothing but a service sector. See, what is the service sector? In service sector means what? Actually, you don't give any material in that. Actually, there is no material involved in that. See, in primary activities, what they sell raw material. Raw material comes out, they collect the raw material, collection of raw production also you can say. Farmers produce production of raw material, and then finally what was it? Collection and finally selling of the raw material. In case of secondary activities, it is manufacturing. Means whatever raw material is there, we have to process it and sell it. Means material is involved in primary and secondary. Without material, there is no primary and secondary sector. But in case of tertiary sector, that is the service sector, no material is involved in it. No material is involved in it. No material is involved in it. Whatever you have to do is use a service. Means in education sector, there is no material actually involved. You have to teach the student, professor teach the student, teachers teach the student. That is a service. You don't get anything materialistic. There is no materialistic. In communication also, there is no raw material, there is no processing. It is a service. What you get is a service. In banking sector is also a IT sector. IT sector is now a very big sector, and now in lockdown it has completely changed the pattern of working because of IT. So in IT sector also same thing. There is no material involved. You don't get anything in your hand, some material, or you don't give them any material. What you get is a service. So this is a service sector. So service sector is a tertiary sector. Doctor also. Doctor don't give you anything material like raw material or process material. What is it? It is a service. Okay. We'll see next. Now GDP. In recent months, you would have seen in news or in newspaper that our GDP of our country have collapsed nearly about 24%. The reason was the lockdown. Economy, what we have seen economy, that is a transfer of money. Due to lockdown, various small and big sectors have shut down. That is why there was no transfer of money. Economy is not just being in money, but the flow of money. The flow word is very important. Flow of money is important. Economy is based on the flow of money. If the money get concentrated at one particular area, it is not good for economy. There should be a flow of economy. What have happened in lockdown? The flow was very less, very less as compared to initial. So that have drastic impact on our GDP. The full form of GDP is gross domestic product. It is a standard measure of the value added created through the production of goods and services in the country during a certain period. मतलब एक थोड़े पीरियड के लिए 5 महीने के लिए 6 महीने के लिए आप अगर कंसिडर करेंगे तो उस वक्त 6 महीने में फ्लो कितना था, मनी का फ्लो कितना था, इकोनॉमी का फ्लो कितना था, उसके ऊपर जीडीपी डिपेंड रहता है. अब ये लॉकडाउन में फ्लो यू कैन से बहुत ही कम था, मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा कम था, इसलिए वो जीडीपी क्या हुआ, नीचे गया. See, value added created through the production of goods and services. प्रोडक्शन ऑफ गुड्स. प्रोडक्शन ऑफ गुड्स तो बंद था क्योंकि सब इंडस्ट्रीज बंद थे. इंडस्ट्रीज बंद थे, छोटे छोटे स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज थे वो भी बंद थे, बड़े इंडस्ट्रीज भी बंद थे, पूरा बंद था. सर्विस सेक्टर. सर्विस सेक्टर में सर्विस सेक्टर में सर्विस सेक्टर में आप देखेंगे तो स्कूल्स बंद थे, टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री जो है, टूरिज्म होटल इंडस्ट्री, टूरिज्म लॉजिंग इंडस्ट्री, रिसोर्ट, स्विमिंग पूल, ये सब जो है टूरिज्म, बहुत लोग घूमने के लिए आते हैं, ये भी सर्विस सेक्टर में था। तो ये टूरिज्म एक्टिविटी भी बंद थी। ये टूरिज्म जो है बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर है, बहुत ज़्यादा इकोनॉमी इस पर भी डिपेंड रहती है। तो ये सर्विस सेक्टर तो पूरे बंद है, सिर्फ हॉस्पिटल्स चालू थे इमरजेंसी के लिए। तो ये सब चीज़ें होने के वजह क्या हुआ, ये सब एक्टिविटीज जो है वो कम हो गए। प्राइमरी एक्टिविटीज कम हो गए, बंद हो गए, सेकेंडरी एक्टिविटीज बंद हो गई इकोनॉमी के, और टर्शरी एक्टिविटीज भी बंद हो गए। इससे क्या हुआ, इकोनॉमी पर इम्पैक्ट हुआ और जीडीपी पर इम्पैक्ट हुआ। सो वी find have one term like GDP in our chapter. So we should know the meaning of GDP. What is GDP? Now we'll see economic activities in Brazil. Economic activities, now we have seen that primary, secondary and tertiary activities. So in Brazil we will see how are the activities, how the activities are. See here pie chart is there. Brazil contribution of sectors in GDP. Which are the sectors? Primary sectors, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Now in case of Brazil you can see population is engaged in various activities. Population are population is engaged in various activities. So in this pie chart we can see that graph. This is sorry, in pie chart we can see that how people are engaged. The blue color it represents the primary sector, the red color represents the secondary sector, and the green color represents the tertiary sector. So in case of Brazil, this is the GDP in 2016 of both the countries. So in first we'll see Brazil. In Brazil, you can say the primary sector is small, means less people are involved in farming, fishing, mining activities like this. Then secondary sector. Secondary sector is like manufacturing, textile, like that sector. So as compared to primary, the number of is little big. And in case of tertiary sector, large people are involved. Many more people are involved in the tertiary sector. Now we'll see in India. In India, we can see that more people are involved in primary sector. More than primary, secondary sector may involve the people. In India, more people are involved in primary sector because of agriculture. Agriculture is a big sector in India. Many people are engaged in agriculture. So that is why the contribution to the economy of the primary sector via agriculture, very agriculture is big. Now secondary sector. Secondary sector is bigger than the primary sector. Secondary sector involves activities like textile, manufacturing, construction, like this activity. And again, more share are involved in tertiary sector. Tertiary sectors involve banking, communication, like that. See, now if you compare Brazil and India, we can see that primary sector of Brazil is very less compared to India. India, the primary sector is more. Secondary sector is more or less same. Again, the tertiary sector, India is less and in Brazil is more. See, these pie charts you can get in exam. You have in geography, you have one question of graph, and from graph analysis of graph or the analysis of pie chart, you have to write the answer. So you can get any one of this pie chart also in your exam. Huh? And in questions will be very simple like that. Uh, Percentage will be given, or they will ask in Brazil which is a big sector, or how more population is involved in which sector. Or both charts can be given, both pie charts will be given, and they will ask as in both countries which primary sector is larger in which country. So you have to write that. मी हॉटस्पॉट घेतला होता मला रेंज नाही आणि इथेच बसायला लागेल. चालेल. Or you can get again like this question: in which country more population is engaged in tertiary sector? So you have to write the correct answer. See, now keep this in mind. In case of Brazil, primary sector is less. In India, the primary sector is more. Again, tertiary sector is greater in Brazil, and in India it is less. Primary sector is mainly in India because many people are involved in agriculture. Agriculture is a big industry here, and many people are involved in agriculture. So you will get such simple questions.
Hello, ma'am.
See, now in both charts you can see initially we have seen the contribution of sector to the contribution of that particular sector to GDP, and this graph depicts the how many people are actually involved in agriculture. See, if you see the pie chart of India, more people are involved in agriculture. About 50% the people are involved in agriculture, but if you go again behind, the contribution to economy is less of agriculture. Hmm? Means even though 50% people are involved in agriculture, there is not even 25% contribution to economy. Hmm? So understand this difference. Now see, in case of Brazil, we will see engagement of people in various sectors. In primary sector, very few people are engaged. Means less people are engaged in farming, like mining, fishing, these activities. Hmm. In case of secondary sector, few more people are engaged. Hmm. But in case of tertiary sector, more people are engaged. Means more people have are in the service sector. Hmm. More people are in the service sector. But if you see in the India, about 50% of people are farmers. Other farmer, fisher, miners like that. Means more than 50% people they are involved in agriculture. Now see, secondary sector is also about you can say 25% or little more than that, and less than that, and tertiary sector more than 25%. But maximum people means are there as agriculture. Hmm. Service sector means what? Communication, IT, banking, health. It is about 25%, little more than that. Now, if you compare both the maps, people in Brazil hmm, are less involved in agriculture than in India. In India, The biggest sector is what? The primary sector, the agriculture sector. In case of Brazil, the biggest sector is what? That is the tertiary sector. More people are involved in tertiary, that is the service sector. In India, more people are involved in the primary sector. So you can get this pie chart also. In geography, we get a map analysis question. So you can get this question there. Okay. So both pie charts are very simple. You can get for comparison, and you can get a question like this also. In which country maximum people are involved in the primary sector? So you have to write the answer. In India, maximum population or people is engaged in the primary sector. Remember, while writing the answer of this question, you should write a complete sentence. Don't just write India. Again, if you get a question like, in which country more people are involved in the tertiary sector, don't just write Brazil. Write complete sentence. Then you will get 1 mark. Then in Brazil, maximum people are involved in the tertiary sector. So these are you can get these types of question, and in this way you have to write the answer. So just remember these few things. National income of India is more than the Brazil. Hmm. ब्राजील कंट्री जो है उनका माइनिंग एग्रीकल्चर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दिस सेक्टर इज आल्सो गुड एंड सर्विस सेक्टर इन ब्राजील is more improved as compared to India. Hmm. Because now we have seen the population participation also. Population is more in service sector in Brazil. So in Brazil, the service sector is bigger. Hmm. In case of India, still we are more dependent on agriculture. Still, about it is said that 60% of people they what live in a rural area, they live in the villages, and they perform agriculture. In case of India, service sector is also gradually increasing. IT sector is increasing. Communication sector, new telecommunication companies are arising. They are having their setups in India, and is also gradually increasing. So see, in case of Brazil and India, both we have a mixed economy. Mixed economy is there. Government sector is also there, and private sector is also there, and both parallelly run with each other. Government sector supports economy. Brazil and India are both again developing countries. Developing countries. And similarly, they are developing economies. Developing countries means what? They are gradually progressing in all sectors. See, countries like US, again France, means they are the developed countries. Developed countries means already they are completely advanced countries. Their economy is stable. People are more educated, and they have a stable things. It is called as a developed country. Industry sector is bigger. Contribution to their GDP is also good. Their GDP is also high. In case of economy, also same. Brazil and India are developing economies. Means there are continuous transformations seen in the economy sector, and they are leading towards a way where they can get some benefit for their country through the economy. Their per capita income is very less as compared to developed countries in USA. Per capita income means what? How much a person earns in a particular period. That is called as a per capita income. Means if you take the income of, even though we are developing economies, if you take the income of a person in US, if you take a person of US per month, gradually average income, it would be high. For example, it would be 50,000, 60,000 like that. But in case of India, it is less, like 10,000, 15,000 like this. I have just given the example. These are not the exact values. So that is why they are called as a developed country. Their population is also very less as compared to India. Income is very high, so they can live a standard life. India has a higher national income as compared to Brazil, but per capita income of India is low than Brazil. See, our national income is high. National income, the total income of our India is high than the Brazil, but the per capita income is low. Why? Because of our population. Population is very high. So these are the factors. The economy is not a very simple and straight thing. It is depend on n number of factors. Various factors that we should consider runs the economy. An economy is like a flow. It is like initially I told you, like a cycling. You should keep on cycling, then only it will move further. And the wheels are based on various sectors, education sector, health sector, small scale industries. There are various small scale industries also. Bakery is there, stationery is there, clothing is there, various small sectors. So all these things contribute to a economy. All are the taxpayers. They pay the tax and finally through the government they get the service. Hmm? Through the government they get the service. So finally they pay to the government. So for paying to the government they should earn through their occupation. And occupation finally what is the keeps the money in various sector in a flow. So this is the economy. It is a critical concept economy, and it is also very based on various factors. So understanding this GDP per capita income is essential before going through this chapter. So we have just started this chapter. In upcoming lectures we will continue this chapter and I will explain you in detail. From this chapter, possible pie charts in exam also we have discussed, which you can get for 3 marks question, or you can get the comparative questions. So be prepared. This pie chart interpretation to the pie chart is very simple. Um, you can readily get the marks. Hello, Harshala madam. Hello madam. Hello madam.